Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Justice for All. Last time we completed the first round of investigation for this here trial. Mostly just getting, what's the word I'm looking for here? Getting acquainted with the new characters. There we go. Yeah, sorry, I had a pretty big breakfast. I think the itis might have got a hold of me. It was a Western omelet. Really good. Anyway, yeah, so today, first day of the trial. Let's go. Good morning, Max. Max? Milk. What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick! Max is really nervous. That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Oh, and a dominatrix hitting everybody with a whip is just perfectly fine? Okay, then. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but still, imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the room will be on your side. Max? Really? No one needs to fly today. Nick? What's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. Okay then. It's fun to dream. And now the case of one... What? Your Honor, get on with it. Well, that was quick. Alright. Oh, sorry, I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So. Well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor. He does often go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more friendly. I wonder if that is to our advantage. Miss Von Karma, your opening statement if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Eh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count. Do you hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have no chance. Zero. Zilch. Nada. I am not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Triple snap. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. Her dad is gone, you know. The prosecution is finished. Let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time. You may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up there, now! Why is he always the first Okay. Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, detective. Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. We're looking forward to this. Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. All right, detective. You may proceed with your testimony. Alright, time to make Dick Gumshoe look like an idiot yet again. Night of the crime. Snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All the circus performers gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box. There's a door now. Cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. I see. He was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this into evidence. Should be the court accepts this? Okay, fine. A blunt object, Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Da-da. Alright, first things first. I want to check that there autopsy report. Because I'm just now getting it. Why am I just now getting it? I don't know. That's... Okay, fine. Time of death, 10:15 p.m. Cause blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Well, that's plain. Alright then, let's press on everything, shall we? Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about an inch and a half was on the ground. Snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. The snow. Let me see, there's gotta be more to this. Eh? What's the matter, Nick? I need to take a look at the court record. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? Wait. The snow piled up. Extremely cold out. I'm gonna... Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I don't know what they're trying to get at there. When you say all the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course, the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot. Regent the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. File a police report on a monkey? Alright. After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent, while Mo went back to his room tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? Seems they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. But you might not want to mention that in this court. I'm just saying. Alright, 10:15 p.m. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m. Okay. Not a problem, pal. We got a witness that told us how the whole thing went down. Ow. This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright. We'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? I feel that shouldn't be allowed, but okay. A wooden box? That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it's much heavier than it looked. Not to mention, it was locked. Locked? You say? Okay, well, fine. A wooden box added to the court record. I feel like this should have been, like, you know, brought up before. This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. Well, it's locked, so I can't really ask about the contents. Let's ask about the lock. You said the box was locked. How exactly was it locked? Well, It had quite a sturdy lock on it. Took quite a bit to open that bad boy up. Ooh, they opened it. Okay. So when you found the box, it was locked, correct? Yes, it was. Some of the forensics tape took it back to the precinct to crack it open. I see. Continue, Detective Gumshoe. Okay, alright, wait, no. Something's up. Something's up about this here box. But first things first, the victim was hunched over this 20-pound box. That's not that heavy. 20 pounds? Okay, fine. Yeah. Oh, it was a heavy box. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and skip through all this. Do you mind telling us what was inside that box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. A 20-pound box, but... Alright, bottle? What is that, Detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper. Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box? There was only one little bottle in that huge box? I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning. Small seasoning bottle added to the... I'm very confused. What? Why? Oh, okay. Let's ask more about the box then. About the wooden box. This wooden box. You figure it weighs about 20 pounds, right? Sounds about right. The whole thing is lined with iron. Iron plating? Why do you think it's lined with iron? I figure they just did it to make the box heavier. Ouch. I think we could all do without your guesses, Detective. Stick to what little you actually know. Sorry. Suffice it to say, the box is really heavy. It's 20 pounds. Much better. You may continue on, Detective. 20 pounds isn't heavy! There are pets that weigh more than that, and people pick up. Okay, fine. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. Hell, my book bag in high school was heavier than that sometimes. It's kind of sad. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You done your homework, pal. I mean, you just gave me the thing. Oh, okay. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it is some the perpetrator ran off with. You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No. I bet he made it disappear with magic. Oh. Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. I guess that's all we're going to get out of Gumshoe in this case. You mean all we're going to get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness. Eh? Not even off the stand yet. Obviously. But that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. I know. But wrapped up is such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness. I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. I wonder if Trillo will show up on the stand as well. Yep. Please state your name and occupation for the record. My full name is Triloquist. I am employed as an opera tenor. Excuse me. The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. That rope must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. Ahem. Me. The world of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence. I don't know what vocal range a tenor is. I remember hearing like the commercials for the 3 tenor concerts and stuff, but I don't think I can hit that register. Decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? What? It had a good rhythm. No, it didn't. Maya, shut up. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trillo, you know better than to insult a judge. Shut up! Just look at your nose. You would think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What's going on here? Order! Order! I demand to know who the witness is! Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trillo handle this. I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about... Okay. You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed. This is just a mockery of the entire, like, legal system, and I don't even know what to think anymore. I don't even know what to think anymore. What has become of the Neo-USA legal system? At least I think this is like Neo-USA. I know they're in like some kind of weird version of California, but then again they get snow. Huh. I mean, California gets snow too, but it's just rare. Okay, I'm thinking way too much about this. What you witnessed? Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I mean clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went over to the plaza. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. What? Huh? That is the weakest testimony I've ever heard about anything ever. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. You're sure of that? Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Because we know about his, like, his things. But I also made it a point to know that the feather in this hat is different from that feather. Okay. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his rose stuck up so high? Or nose, rather. That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown. That's right, dress boy. Well, since you weren't with them, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the criminal. Why is that? Here's absolute proof. Silk hat? This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Ah. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. Thank you for stating the obvious. Why am I just not in the right state of mind today? I don't know. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. Alright. What you witnessed. Like, this testimony is weak as shit. But screw it. Let's just press on everything. It's so vague. The clown. You're talking about Mo? Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good. Poor guy. We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being the first place loser, that guy is ahead of the pack. Then what happened? As we got to the Latin house, I ditched him and went over to the plaza. What did you do then? I went over to the plaza to do some thinking. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea? Objection! Mr. Phoenix, right. I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thinker. At least my teachers always said I was. Okay, saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Snobby three-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears. Lawyers nowadays, you're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. He's the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? You saw Max and only Max, right, Trillo? That's right, and that makes him the killer. There was only one person heading that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense, and makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? I'm gonna go with this. Because all we have is like his word to go on. Wait a second. There's no proof that the witness saw Maximilian Galactica. Hey, you still don't get it, do you? I saw what I saw. It was Max's three-piece junk of a costume. But I mean, you only saw the costume. You didn't see a face or anything. Anybody could have just grabbed a costume. Alright, let's say it all together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. I think you should study up on your celebrities, Mr. Wright. Great, I'm getting shut down by a toy. But he didn't see a freaking... Okay, maybe I gotta, like, ask a different question on this, then. I mean, you can just grab a costume. Alright, that's a bit strange, don't you think? Oh, because then the ringmaster was there for practice too, so he should have seen. Oh, but wait, no, because then like he took Mo back to his room, then left. So ringmaster could have already been at the spot. I don't know, I'm just grasping at straws here. What's strange? That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose the witness could have seen? I don't know why I was getting ready to do, like, Trillo voice for the judge there. Alright, but yeah, I guess we should go along with this. He should have seen Russell Berry. That's the victim. That's correct. If Trillo was at the entrance to the plaza... Oh, the entrance. Yeah, because it's right there. All right. He should have seen the ringmaster as well. Obviously the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness. Yeah, this is kind of what I was getting at too. Could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Oh yeah, and the ringmaster's room is in the big top, which is away from the plaza. Do we have a map? Yeah, I don't have a cursor, but the murder happened near the lodging house. The ringmaster's room is right there. If Max was, or if Ben was able to see Max walking, Okay, I am confusing myself. Let's just go with the flow here. Is that, according to the defendant, a likely story? If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the Ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? I see. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony. And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trillo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina. Which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah. I think so. I don't know anymore. I'm very confused. Okay. Well, I did all of this. I mean, I still think, like, the hat discrepancy is going to come up at some point. But I don't know if I should, like, present that here? Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? I think it was around, I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m. I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m. So you hung around the lodging house the entire time. I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather. Well, the truth is... Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling them anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone. What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Objection! Mr. Phoenix, Wright. We can all do without your offhanded theories. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm on to something. Mr. Wright. Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night? It had to be Max. Don't hold your tongue, Ben. It's your job to answer all the stupid questions. I'm sorry, Trillo. Gotta find a way to get more information out of this. What? Think about it some more, Nick. I'm sure you'll come up with something. Trillo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for... So was he waiting for Regina? I'm gonna attempt that and see. I don't even know anymore. Alright, let's give it a shot. Well, if he was... Okay, I guess it worked because the music stopped. But then again, I was wrong in the last chapter when this happened at one point. But okay. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. I mean, I also feel like Max could have been, you know, like a decent decision there too, because of the love triangle and the fact that he was attacked and the fact that Max took Trillo from him. So, I mean, you know, you can kind of see why I would have chosen Max there. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, he was waiting for Regina. What? You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Eh? Alright. There's obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. What? No, it doesn't? What? He has a reason to pay attention if Max walked by. He has a reason to pay attention if Mo walks by, because he just took him back to... Okay then, what did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on his way to his... see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading to the... Ow. There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright, I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Pain! Don't volunteer things. Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house? I was. I was waiting to propose to her. You were what? Waiting to propose? What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage? The matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. Well, I mean, there was that dude in Japan that just got married to Hatsune Miku, so, you know. You're the judge! I mean, look at your horrible outfit! More pain! Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Huh? Okay then, alright, let's go. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Ooh. From T to R. From Trillo to Regina. It ain't still in your pocket, dog. You were going to propose? You? A puppet? Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her, too. I'm just gonna keep coming back to the age thing every single fucking time. Okay. Exactly. His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you. I mean, they edit director Hottie for the American release, but they don't edit any of this. They couldn't at least raise her age up to 18. That would make this, you know, it would still be a bit on the creepy side, but at least it would be legal creepy. This is still just illegal creepy, and okay. Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your examination. Aw, did you hear that? His sign seemed a little wistful. I like that both Phoenix and Maya are just fed up with this BS. Alright, well, I'm about to get to the bottom of this. He was going to propose, even had something to give to her. What was it? Exactly that you planned on giving her. You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that can match Regina's beauty. Answer his question, what was it? You're going to die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. An engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Ziska's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. What is... I mean, pain does equal bad, but we gotta push on. We gotta be brave. We gotta believe. Maybe something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to you. That's not where I thought you were going, but okay. I advise you to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring. I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology. What is going on in this chapter? Okay. You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. Plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina. An engagement ring? Uh-huh. It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. So you're giving her a toy? You're more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina's gonna love it. It's just a ring. What's the matter, Nick? Well, there's gotta be something I can catch him on. I know. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. See, I don't know if I want to, like, get just a little more on this from her. Or from him, I mean. Press. Whose pocket was the ring in? Mine, of course. What a stupid question. You gotta be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that off? I'm sorry. Really? You don't have to apologize for that. He is the one who should be apologizing. Really? What I also had in my pocket that night was a present for her. Give me more info about the damn ring. So went to the lodging house to give it to her. That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting in the way. Uppity snob? He couldn't possibly be talking about me, Maximilian Galactica. When I get hold of him, I'm gonna saw his woodblock in half, and not with magic. Well, they always say that love creates rivalries. So what about this present? In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. So you are still thinking of trying to give it to Regina? Of course I am. I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not going to give it up that easily. I wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus. Probably way more than he deserves. How about it, Nick? I think it's about time to unwrap this toy's testimony. That's the spirit, Nick. Give him heck. Uh-oh. The judge has that dazed look again. Maybe we should get out more. What? 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 Oh, okay. Alright, so... couldn't quite get a ton of information out of that. But I'm still going to go ahead and present the ring. Because he said he still got it in his pocket. I didn't know that there's an interdimensional hole in your pocket that extends to Phoenix's pocket. Trillo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh. Looks like they're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring? That's mine! Give it back! Thief! Thief! Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? Arg! What is going on here? That's... Ben, say something! Yeah, don't put me on the spot like that, Trillo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money, like a bank vault? Ha! That filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him! Mr. Quist, I prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. Oh my god. Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. Shiny? Things? Trillo. When was this ring stolen from you?
Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime.
What did you just say? Details. I need more details.
Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza.
Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct?
Well, I guess you might, be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time.
Ah, yow. Oh. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Now, Trillo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing, not I, Mr. Trilloquist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trillo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring snatching monkey money. But you weren't able to catch up with them, were you? It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away.
That is indeed an incredible shame.
Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? No, Ben's testimony has a flaw. There is a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What's the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? It looked like she was hitting the old lean back dance, like she was in a Fat Joe music video. Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory. This game theory. No, which leads to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene.
Interesting, Mr. Wright.
Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max.
Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant.
What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him. No doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar.
Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly what you saw on that night.
Ha! I told you so many times. You think you know my story's not changing. You already changed your story, stick boy. I'm sure it'll change some more. Where there is one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah. So now is this where I'm going to get into the whole hat thing? I'll give you that I was waiting for that... Wait, oh my god. I cannot read. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I can mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. So that means that Money didn't show up until after you saw Max? That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. Then Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him.
How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting?
Well, let's see. I'd say about...
I suppose 5 minutes, I think.
So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch.
Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Alright, I still think the hat thing is going to come into play. The fact we saw Max in the plaza that night, After I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes, evening, didn't acknowledge my presence, so he sure was him, saw Max at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. Those 3 ridiculous symbols, huh? Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're going to ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you very much. Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere. I agree, but do we have the proof to make something stick? Can he just add the stuff to the testimony so I can present the poster and show that the hat doesn't match? Alright. All I'm gonna do is try, right, Nick? Gotta have something that will prove useful. Alright, time to go to work. Fine, press on everything then. I don't even know right now. You're only concerned with waiting for Regina that night. That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. Should think about how many eyes I actually have. I got 4, you know. 4. F-O-U-R. Counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think something would slip by me?
4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose.
Yikes. The judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trillo. Okay. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night. Of course, that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time. I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina. Okay. About what time would you say these events took place? You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. You already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes, I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time was it?
Indeed, what time was it?
What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. Yeah, I'm no good at... What? Okay. It was 10:10 p.m.
Ah, yes, that sounds about right.
Sounds about right because that's the time that I saw Max on the scene. I'm very confused. So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night. You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben, you got something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trillo. You say good evening at night.
I'm sorry, Trillo. Mr. Quist, I prefer you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom.
Impossible. The performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better. There's gotta be something wrong with this bit of testimony. I mean, this is like the only thing that makes sense, because he said good night, but then good evening. Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? Fair point. It strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your co-workers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a co-worker, I would understand. Ow, that hurt. Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that Trillo would ever say something nice to Max. But how do I go about proving that with the evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I can give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony. Do they really want me to present the bottle on that? Because, I mean, that is proof that he would not be friendly. Huh? Okay. I'll press on this, then I'll try to submit the bottle on the previous statement. You're 100% absolutely sure of what you just said. I told you already. Jeez, I am 100% absolutely sure. There's no way that he could be any more confident than that, right? Well, that was pointless. I feel like this doesn't make sense. No, but we don't... Wait. No, I'm just assuming that this was used to hit him. Like, there's nothing on this that will tie it to that. It's just my conjecture, but... Screw it, I'll give it a shot. This actually... Okay. Alright then. Was it proven that the bottle was used to hit him, though? Because I feel like that fact wasn't determined. It was just, like, hypothesis, just pure conjecture, but... Alright then. Trillo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal, it's just an argument, a disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting conked over the head. Got him. Oh yeah, it was... Oh yeah, that's right, because we confirmed it with Max. Okay, alright, I forgot that detail. Alright, fair enough. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch. Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd... I don't think lewd's the proper word there. Then again, I mean, lewd has kind of been bastardized by, you know, the internet in recent years, so... alright, fair enough. We'll just up and say good evening to his rival. Yeah. Are you saying this witness is lying? And he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie, honestly, I just... That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? I mean, it could be either or. Oh, well, wait. No, but he was there and the monkey stole the thing from him. It had to be a different person then, because, I mean, he didn't see a face. He just saw the 3 items. It's my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. Oh, okay, I see the logic there. So then there was no confusion. He was sure that it wasn't Max then. That's why he said good evening. But then the things... Like, but then you still saw the hat and the... And you don't think it's weird that someone who's not Max is wearing Max's outfit? You're just like, oh, good evening. Nothing bad's gonna come out of this. What the f... Okay. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trillo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it. What in the world? You...
Would the defense kindly explain who it was that Trillo saw that evening?
Huh? Who he could have? I don't know. What? Okay, you were already in your room. You don't matter. You are who is on the stand right now. It can't be you. Russell? Considering the ill temper of this witness, there's only one person he would greet. Oh, okay. So I just gotta base everything, like, on... I'm basing this on how I perceive he would react around certain people. And not logic. Okay, fine, whatever. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. No, Your Honor, it is not Regina. If it was Regina, Trillo would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh, yeah. I suppose you've got a point there. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? So then Russell was wearing the stuff? Or was Trillo just making all that up to lie? I mean, I guess. Because I'm trying to, like, take that picture at face value where he sees the person walking by, but though, you know, those tend to be fake occasionally. Like, we saw that picture of Eni in the bed looking up at Maya. It turns out that never even happened, so, alright. You're correct, it was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trillo. Isn't that correct? Nope. Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Order! Order! How do you respond to this? Well, wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. That doesn't even make sense. This dude has abs. This dude, like, he's kind of thick. They're two different body types. Okay. I think it's high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica? Or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry? The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's three symbols. Three symbols? Oh my god. Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man, you gotta remember them by now. Here we go again, everyone. All together now. Thank you, Franziska. Thank you. Yes, yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and white roses. A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. True. What was that? Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's three symbols. However, how do we really know it's Maximilian Galactica? Thank you. All this could have been settled if we said this earlier. I brought it up. This could have just been settled so easily. It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't... Why would he then? No, what... What was the motive for Russell dressing up like Max? What? Miss Von Karma.
You have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant.
Well,
If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point.
Yes. Then we finally won a point in this one. She too calm. She way too calm. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, Wright?
What do you mean by that?
You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but...
But?
Who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Huh? Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. That there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime.
Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess.
Okay then, I don't know how to feel about the first part of that trial. Like, it wasn't difficult or anything, it was just... I don't know, just some weird, like, solutions and stuff. We'll see how the next day goes, because I kind of have a feeling like I know where this is going, because then it's going to be like, okay, yeah, like, we submit the fact that he had everything tailor-made and he's had it ever since he's been here and blah, blah, blah. You know, be like, but wait a minute. The hat that we have in evidence, like the feather in that hat doesn't match the feather in his hat on the poster. And yeah, I feel like that's where things are going to go. So yeah, next time, the next person is going to take the stand. I have no clue who it's going to be. It's going to be interesting to find out who. So, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and see you next time for some more Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Goodbye.